你好，女巫，欢迎来到 Witchin and Bitchin 博客，我是你的主持人 Darren。
And I'm Vicky. How are you all today? I hope you're doing super well.
Or
Oh my God, that
you
was
could
so
say,
cool.
you could say 你好吗, which means
No, I
how are
can't.
you? Yeah,
No,
你
I can't.
好吗? Yeah, come
Ni
on.
hao ma.
Yeah, means how are you? Yay! I can teach you Mandarin.
Well done. That was so cool, by the
No,
way.
probably not.
What?
Any of my Mandarin
I thought it
speaking
was cool.
listeners. I'm going to try my best with this topic. So in case you haven't noticed, we're
Yes.
talking things Chinese.
Yes. Yes.
So
The Chinese zodiac.
exactly. So
Well, because
yeah,
we had very recently the Chinese New Year, and that's
exactly.
why we thought maybe we'd pop something up about it.
Yeah, I wanted to record it a little bit earlier and
Yeah.
telecast it for the Chinese New Year, but there was just so much going on. It was
There
just
was a lot happening at that time.
busy. We went back into a snap lockdown and then came back out of it again. I mean, not that that affects me ability to record, but just life was all over the place. It was chaotic.
Yeah, that's right. Everything
but
became a little bit chaotic.
it's still relevant. Chinese,
It is.
like Chinese zodiac, Chinese New Year, same. Like it's all good.
It is, and I think it's
So,
fascinating. It's something
now
I don't know a lot about. So we've been researching and looking. I know you know a little bit more than I do.
I know
You know a lot more
little
than I
bit, but
do.
not
I've been
that
researching.
much. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I know more about like Feng Shui,
Yes.
which for those that don't know, Feng Shui is wind, water. So it's the two symbols for wind and water, because your
is
prosperity
it?
of your house is determined by the flow of wind and the flow of
Of
water.
course, because it's the flow of the energy moving through.
Which is why you're not supposed to have like when the wind blows through. That's why they say you should strategically open windows in your house to allow those zones to get activated by wind. And there's strategic placement of water elements.
Yeah.
So whether it's like a little running fountain, and if you put, for example, a little fountain feature or water feature in the room that shouldn't be activated, then it can actually cause problems in your life. So it's that whole thing of balancing wind and water, which is why it's Feng Shui. Yeah.
I love it. I didn't even know that.
I love Feng Shui.
I love it. I love it.
So my little greeting, for those that didn't know, was just, well, it wasn't quite, what up, witches?
It was as close as you could.
It was as close as I could get it. Like, you know, it was like... Anyways, so so Chinese astrology. So I thought I'd start us off with a little bit of a background information. So in Chinese, there's two ways you could describe it. One of them is Sheng Xiao, and the other one is Shu Shang. So that's the two different words that describe Chinese astrology or the Chinese zodiac. So depending on what words you're using. But basically, so how it works is it's working off the lunar calendar. And as witches, you know that we follow the moon.
Yeah, this is the part I absolutely love about it.
Exactly.
That's why it's not always a set date either, is it?
And okay, myth number one, people think that you just look up the year of your birth to work out your Chinese astrology.
Yeah.
It's not true, because technically Chris and I are both born in 1984, but I was born in 1984 on the Chinese calendar because I'm born after Chinese New Year. He was born in 1983 on the Chinese calendar because he was born before New Year. So technically he's the year of the pig, whereas I'm the year of the rat. So that's where people get a little bit confused. So before you go out and get a tattoo, if you're born in January or February in that
don't do it yet.
period, make sure you consult with a Chinese astrological calendar. Just Google it. You can put in your date of birth and it will work it out for you.
Yeah.
And then when you know your Chinese zodiac sign, then you can go ahead and get your tattoo.
That's right. Then you can go do it. See, I hadn't realized that. I knew it went by year of birth rather than like months and stuff. But
it's really only prevalent if you're January, February baby.
Yeah.
Because all the Capricorns and Aquarians are the ones who are like,
So I have to recheck his.
Oh, really?
Because he's the 30th of January.
Oh, so he's very close to Chinese New Year.
Yeah, so I always just assumed it was like the year, but now I'm like, oh, it might not be.
No, because it depends on when the lunar cycles happen in that year. Because you know the Gregorian calendar and the lunar calendar don't line up perfectly.
They don't match. No.
So a little bit more on that. So in actual fact, so the classification scheme is based on the lunar calendar that assigns an animal and its reputed attributes to each year in a repeating 12-year cycle. But that 12-year cycle is an approximation to the 11.85 year orbital period of Jupiter.
Oh, so it's Jupiter.
Jupiter controls the Chinese astrology.
I love that.
There's a bit of a fun fact for you. Most people wouldn't realize that there's more than just Yeah.
that it's Jupiter
It's
that
based on
actually.
Jupiter's return, 11.85 years, which is almost 12 years. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And I wonder why Jupiter.
I don't know. That I don't know.
Right,
I'd
isn't
have to
it?
look into
I
it
don't
more.
see. This is where my brain starts going. I'm like, ooh, why? Where does it
Yeah.
go? It's
We'll
so
have to
cool.
look into that one and let
Yeah.
everyone know.
Yeah, that's
Um,
really cool.
so whilst that originated in China, and everyone calls it Chinese zodiac or Chinese
Yes.
astrology, there's obviously there's variations that are popular right throughout East Asia, like including Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. Although you will see some slight variations
I was
in
going to say they
animals that are
change
used.
a little bit, don't
Yeah,
they? Yeah.
yeah. Like I think in Chinese astrology, I'm the year of the rat, whereas in Japanese astrology, I think I'm the year of the mouse. And
I
just a side note on that,
was
fun
going to
fact
say,
is because when Chinese astrology came about, obviously they used animals that were prevalent in their society to
yeah, at
assign the
that
different animal
time.
roles.
Yeah.
Whereas based on linguistics, like back in that era, they didn't have a distinguishable difference in the character used for rat and mouse. So when
Yeah.
it's translated to other languages, sometimes it comes across as rat, sometimes as mouse. But just there are some that are more commonly accepted.
Yeah.
So you might hear some people talk about the year of the chicken, and you're like, what? Where's there a chicken?
Where's the chicken?
Chicken,
The
rooster,
rooster.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you have year of the bull, year of the cow is also year of the ox.
Yeah.
So same, but different.
Yeah. Similar stuff.
Similar-esque.
Yeah.
So now another fun fact is that even though we call Western astrology, as in Cancer, Capricorn, blah, 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 we call
Yeah.
that a zodiac sign.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, we should be calling that a sun sign or star sign. Technically, it's a sun sign, but they call it star sign because the star
It's the
constellations.
star. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because a zodiac, the word zodiac is actually etymologically speaking, the actual word zodiac comes from it's derived from zodiacus, which is the Latinized version of an ancient Greek zodiacos kyklos, which means cycle or circle of animals.
Oh, so it's animals.
Yes.
How interesting is that? Because like the Western one, we've always called it zodiac, but it's not.
It's
There's
not.
very few animals actually
Yeah.
in there.
It should be more called your astrology sign or your star sign or your sun
Yeah.
sign rather than
And
the
the
zodiac sign,
zodiac
because zodiac means a
circle of
circle of
animals.
animals. Like think
Wow. Yeah.
zoological.
Zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it comes from that base word or that root word zeto, meaning animals.
Oh, I love
So
that.
yeah.
That's
A little bit of a fun
Oh,
fact.
I love it. I love it. A little bit of a fun fact there.
So in order of importance and how amazing they are.
I don't know about this. I don't know about this. This is actually a bit of sneakiness, actually.
We'll get to how
We'll
they
get to
how
that
they
in a
came in
minute,
this
but
order.
I'm like, hang on. I don't know about importance.
So the 12 animals in this order, and we're going to explain the Great Race and how they came in this order soon. But the animals in this order, now I'm referring to this because I'm looking at the Chinese. So you have the year of the rat, which is the shu. So shu is the rat, which is a yang, as in yin yang.
Yep.
They say yang in English, but it's actually yang in Chinese.
Yeah.
So it's yang. It's in the first trine, which we'll get back to in a moment. And its element is water. So this is why I laugh, because I'm actually Cancerian with so many planets in my water sign.
And
Plus, I have Scorpio and Pisces in my astrological chart, with the exception of my Cap rising and my Libra moon. Everything else is pretty much in water. And then in Chinese astrology,
water as well.
I'm water based on my year of birth. I'm water based on my month of birth. I'm water based on my day of birth. I'm like water. And then I think I've got a little bit of wood in there somewhere.
Just a little bit of something.
So it's like,
that's really fascinating. You got all water
so I'm literally just water in Chinese and
water
non-Chinese,
everywhere.
like Eastern and Western. I'm just water everywhere. So I'm a big ass crybaby.
I was gonna say, when you said it, was me.
But so it's actually a laugh, because one of my favorite movies is Memoirs of a Geisha, and I don't know if you've seen the movie, but when she looks at the young girl and she looks at her and her eyes are blue, like strikingly blue, and she's like, too much water in this one, and she throws her away as if to say, no, I don't want her. Too much water energy, because based on the year, I think it was whatever year that they were selecting the children to become geisha, it would have been in too much conflict with whatever the ruling animal was at the time. So that's where they look at that kind of stuff in Chinese astrology. So based on your year, month, day, and hour of birth,
because it determines your hours, doesn't
personality.
Yeah. So like it's very like, this is just the really
we're going
on
high
to
level.
very high level. Like, I guess, equivalent to say sun sign in.
Yeah, we're not going for a full natal chart with your.
Yeah, so there's so much more layers to it, because I didn't even realize that there was so many other layers to it. I always just thought it was just the year of birth
An animal,
and that
yeah.
was it, and you got
Yeah,
an
no.
animal, but there's so many other layers to it, which is fascinating.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the more complexities in a minute, but other than that, you've got the
Yes.
year of the ox, which is the new, is a yin sign in the second trine, and that's the element of earth. You have the tiger, which is the hu, is a yang sign in the third trine, element of wood. The rabbit, which is tu, is yin, fourth trine, element of wood. The dragon is long, which is a yang sign, first trine, element of earth.
Well done. You're doing so well.
Snake is the shi, which is the second trine and the element of fire. Wait, I said snake is yin, second trine. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yin.
Horse, we have ma, which is a yang sign, third trine, element of fire. Goat is yang, which is a yin, fourth trine, element of earth. Monkey, which is ho, is a yang, first trine, element of metal. Rooster, which is ji, is so yin, second trine, element of metal. Dog, which is go, is yang, third trine, element of earth. And pig is the ju, which is yin, fourth trine, element of water.
Oh, can I just say, wherever you are right now, let's just give Darren a clap for you, because that was awesome. And did you also notice that it was you that had to say all those words?
Oh, yeah. Like, look, I'm not fluent in Mandarin in the slightest, but
did well.
Shout out to Yvonne, who helped me with my little introduction spiel.
Awesome.
She's one of my Zumba students, but yeah, and like I know how to read some pinyin, but I'm not perfect at it because it's all tonal, like whether the tone goes down or up or dips or stays flat or whatever. It's hard.
You did so good. I'm so glad you did that, not me.
Good. So now you will have noticed with those explanations that I gave, just high level explanations, that I talked about yin and yang.
Yeah.
Now, as we know, in Eastern philosophy, yin and yang, or yin yang, remember it's yin with an N on the end and yang with an NG on the end. So there's it's not yin yang. There's no GG on both. No, it's yin yang.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's only one has a yin and the other one's yang.
Other one's got a G.
So you could loosely transpile them because yin is black. It's destructive. It's internal. It's intuitive, it's feeling, so it's more of the feminine qualities. So you could assign that to witches, you would assign that to like your goddess energy. So it's that black intrinsic energy that goes within. Yeah. Whereas
that
yang,
womb of the cave kind of thing that
exactly
of the earth. Yeah.
Whereas yang is a projecting energy. I'm like yang, like
young.
It's like go web. I don't know what I'm doing on camera. But anyway, so yang is like a projective force. So it's outwardly, it's expressive, it's energetic, it's all those things. So the qualities of the masculine in the divine masculine. So you could take it
action-based, that action-based sort of solar and lunar almost as well.
There's so many different overlays that you can mix over it, which is why I'm an eclectic witch, because I study all the different philosophies and kind of take bits that I like. And funnily enough, when you look at it, so interestingly, my animal, the rat, is actually a yang, and Chris's element, he's a pig, he's a yin. But in reality, I'm more yin and he's more yang. When you go into our core, as in based on like extroverted and introverted, I'm the introvert, Chris is the extrovert. However, on the surface, you would take me to be the extrovert. And him to be the
because
so how we present, now, how we present, I'm extroverted, but I'm an introvert. He presents introverted, but he's an extrovert.
Yeah.
So like we're opposite. It's so weird.
That is anyway, so funny. I love it.
Because they say that, in yin and yang, with the circle that has like the little S through it, and you got black with a little dot of white, and white with a block of So each one has
the element of the
portion
other.
of the other. Yeah. So that's why we can express one, but it's not our true core. So even though this says my true core is to be young or expressive, my essence is yin, very much so.
Yeah.
I need my me time. I need my alone time. I need my fuck off and don't speak to me time.
Leave me alone time. Just no.
Yeah.
Just no.
Exactly. So
I gotcha.
Moving on from that.
Yes.
Now, the other thing you heard me talk about, there were 5 different elements that we mentioned.
Yes.
So let's go around them in a circle, because I know, Vicky, you've got ready
I
the little,
do.
just it's the not the
It's sort of the
destructive cycle, it's the fueling
balance,
cycle.
yeah, the fueling cycle of the elements and how they, I guess, interrelate to
Yes.
each other. So we've got the 5 elements, which are earth, metal, water, wood. What did I
Fire.
forget? Fire. I forgot
Yep.
fire. Poor
Fire.
fire. I forgot fire. Okay, so this is fire burns things to ash and earth. Earth bears metal inside. Metal turns into liquid, water, at high temperatures. Water nourishes wood. Wood feeds fire. So it's this
Yes.
whole continual cycle
So that's
of,
the fueling
so
cycle.
then
Yeah.
we're back. So once we get to the wood feeds fire, then we're back to fire burns things into ash and earth. So it just
Yeah.
this continual cycle. And that also then denotes how they interrelate with
Each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this
I
is where
love.
we're now drawing on bits of feng shui in here as well, because the
Yeah.
fueling cycle is why, based on your astrology of your house and on the position of the stars and the heavens at the time that your house was built, gives your house an astrological reading. And then
Yeah.
the people who live in it, then you have to make sure that you're compatible with your house's astrology. And that's why we do different alignments of things, and you might purchase different furniture or open certain windows and close other ones, all that kind of stuff, because then you have this cycle that you need to adhere to.
Yeah.
That if you've got an area which is very fire and you're trying to minimize the impacts of that area, you don't put anything wood in there.
No, because you're just going to keep
You're fueling the
You're
fire.
going to be fueling the fire. So we need to kind of damp it down a little.
Yeah. So you've got 2 options. Now you
Yeah.
can go the one after it, because fire fuels earth. So you could put a lot of earth in there, because the earth will be absorbing that fire energy.
Yeah.
So you could do that, or you could do the destructive cycle. Now, the
I was about to
destructive is
say,
obviously a
which
lot more aggressive. So
Yeah.
that one is where, if you drew a pentagram, if you had all of these around in a little circle and then you draw a pentagram, so you're skipping one sign every time. So you said water fuels wood, which fuels fire. But then
Yep.
if you skip wood, water
Just
puts
go
out
water
fire.
Yeah.
Then you said
That's it.
fire fuels earth, which fuels metal. Fire
Oh,
melts metal.
Yeah.
Metal fuels water, which fuels wood. Metal cuts wood. Wood fuels fire, which fuels earth, but wood can corrode or break through earth. And then
Yep.
earth
When you got the roots coming up.
contains metal, which becomes water, but earth can also surround and trap water. Think of like a dam or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like you can make
Even like a
object
little
constantly-
island, I guess. Yeah, like a little
You
island.
can trap water in it.
Yeah.
So that's the whole. Yeah.
And so then when that kind of relates to people in different like zodiacs and things like that with different elements, that's where it kind of becomes that compatibility kind of
Yes.
aspect, or if it's going to be stuff that are probably going to be a little bit more conflicting or whichever.
Yes. So that's why, like, mine, I'm like water with a bit of wood based on like year, month, day, time.
Yeah.
So because I think I'm a wood rat, but I'm predominantly water based on everything else. Based on the time of birth, I'm a wood rat, but the rest of it is water. Because I'm a rat.
So you're like the sneaky one.
Yeah. So now the other thing you heard me talk about, we're talking about trines before we get into the animal specific traits.
Yeah.
So there are 4 trines. Now, what a trine is again, if you had that circle with the 12 animals around it and you drew a triangle, an equilateral triangle, which means all the angles are equal. And you swiveled that triangle, so it will be pointing to 3 animals at any one time.
Yeah.
So in your first trine, you have the rat, dragon, and monkey. Yeah. So these 3 signs are said to be intense and powerful individuals capable of great good, who make great leaders but are rather unpredictable. Because if you think of a personality of a rat, a dragon, and a monkey, literally unpredictable.
They are. Yeah, they all are.
The 3 are said to be intelligent. Thank you. Magnanimous.
Oh.
Big word. Charismatic.
Oh.
Charming, authoritative, confident, eloquent, and artistic, but can be manipulative, jealous, selfish, aggressive, vindictive, and deceitful.
Yeah, well, you think about like the sayings and things like that when you say like a rat, especially. It's
that you can't trust a
basically
rat.
you can't trust a rat, or like you're a rat because you ratted everybody else out,
Or if
kind of
you're
thing.
monkeying
untrustworthy.
around
Yeah, isn't that interesting how like it comes into actually our language
into
as
Western
well?
vernacular, yeah.
Yeah.
So in the second trine, we have the ox, snake, and rooster.
No.
So these three signs are said to possess endurance and application with slow accumulation of energy, meticulous at planning, but tending to hold fixed opinions. So in other words, stubbornness.
Oh, stubbornness. Yeah.
The three are said to be intelligent, hardworking, modest, industrious, loyal, philosophical, patient, good-hearted, and morally upright. I thought that's an uptight. But can also be self-righteous, egotistical, vain, judgmental, narrow-minded, and petty.
Petty. I love it.
So if you think of an ox, like an ox, think of them like from this perspective. I apply the same logic as I do with Western astrology. That an ox or a Taurus, to get the bull to start going, sometimes you need to crack the whip a few times. Once they get going, you can't stop them.
Yeah.
And the thing with a snake is it likes to stay close to the ground and kind of slither its way around. And like kind of like snakes are known as being a little bit they can get under people's toes a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
And kind of like either freak people out or kind of startle them or whatnot. And then roosters. Now, both my mum and my sister are roosters. Shout out to my mum and sister. Hopefully they don't listen to this. But if you want to talk about picky people, like pick, 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 pick,
yes,
pick, 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 they literally just like to sit there and pick at you and pick at you and pick at you.
Keep going and keep going and keep
and
going.
when my mum and my sister get into it back and forward, it's just like I'm like, I'm gonna stop this rooster match. Leave. Just stop.
Just stop.
Just picking at each other. Like
it's never gonna end.
Nah, it doesn't.
Never gonna end.
It doesn't. You get a couple of roosters together and just get clack, 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 clack. Like it's just.
I suppose. Yeah, I love it.
Yes. So now you'll be more interested in this one.
I will like this one because I'm a dog.
Yes. So, did you just call yourself a bitch?
I did.
Witchin and Bitchin. So I'm the witch and you're the bitch?
Yeah.
You're a dog?
That's it. I'm the dog.
I'm joking. I'm more bitch than you are.
I have resting bitch face.
Yeah. So the third trine consists of the tiger, horse, and dog. These three signs are said to seek true love, to pursue humanitarian causes, to be idealistic and independent, but tending to be impulsive.
Oh yeah, that's me.
The three are said to be productive, enthusiastic, independent, engaging, dynamic, honorable, loyal, and protective.
This. Oh, look at this. See?
But
oh god, here we go.
Can also be rash, rebellious, quarrelsome, anxious, disagreeable, and stubborn.
Yes, that is correct. Oh, that's pretty much spot on.
So you have to take the good with the bad.
That's right. You're always going to do both. Yeah.
Now, lastly, we have the fourth trine. This is the last one.
Yeah.
So the fourth trine consists of the rabbit, the goat, and the pig. So these three signs are said to have a calm nature and somewhat reasonable approach. They seek aesthetic beauty and are artistic, well-mannered, and compassionate, yet detached and resigned to their condition. So the three are said to be caring, self-sacrificing, obliging, sensible, creative, empathetic, tactful, and prudent, but can also be naive, pedantic, insecure, selfish, indecisive, and pessimistic.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that whole sense of, I won't get it.
Typically.
I'm just thinking of my husband.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I'm like, I remember.
He can be quite the pessimist at times. Because I can honestly say that I can see a lot of these positive and negative traits in both of us.
Yeah, definitely.
His in him and mine in me.
Yeah.
So now we talked about the order in which they came out.
See, I'm near the end and you're at the beginning.
Because I'm the best.
No. That is not what it is. That's because you are sneaky. And you hitched a ride.
It's called resourceful and smart.
No, it's not.
It's called playing with the brains, not with the brawn.
No. It's called sneakiness.
No, when you hear the stories of how they came about, you'll see. You can't blame this rat for this dog's temperament, okay?
Okay. Mm-mm.
So,
Mhm.
with this particular story, hang on, the Great Race. Here we go.
Yeah.
So, it's an ancient folk story called the Great Race. It tells that the Jade Emperor decreed that the years on the calendar would be named for each of the animals in the order that they reached him. To get there, the animals would have to cross a river. Now, he stipulated there's only going to be 12 spots. So,
Yep.
first in, best dressed, bitches.
Yep. First 12, you're in.
So, the cat and the rat
Mm.
were not too good at swimming, but they were both quite intelligent. They decided that their best and fastest way across the river was to hop on the back of the ox.
Cheaters.
Then the ox, being kind-hearted and naive, agreed to carry them both
Aw.
across. And as the ox was about to reach the other side of the river, the rat pushed the cat into the river and then
See?
jumped off the ox and rushed to the Jade Emperor. It was named as the
Sneaky.
first animal of the zodiac calendar. And
See?
the ox had to settle for second place.
Oh, and he did all the hard work.
All he did was walk across the river. Calm
With
down.
them on
I
his-
managed to push the cat off and then scurry away. So then the third one who came across was the tiger. Even though it was strong and powerful, it explained to the Jade Emperor that the currents were pushing him downstream. Suddenly, from a distance came a thumping sound, and the rabbit arrived. It explained how it crossed the river by jumping from one stone to another in a nimble fashion. Halfway through, it almost lost the race, but it was lucky enough to grab hold of a floating log that later washed him to shore. For that, it became the fourth animal in the zodiac cycle. In fifth place was the flying dragon. The Jade Emperor was wondering why such a swift airborne creature, such as the dragon, did not come first. The dragon explained that it had to stop by a village and brought rain for all the people, and therefore it was held back.
Oh, see?
Then, on its way to the finish, it saw the helpless rabbit clinging onto a log, so it did a good deed and gave a puff of breath to the poor creature so it could land on the shore.
Aww.
The Jade Emperor was astonished by the dragon's good nature, and it was named the fifth animal. As soon as it had done so, a galloping sound was heard, and the horse appeared. Hidden on the horse's hoof was the snake, whose sudden appearance gave it a fright, thus making it fall back and giving the snake the sixth spot while the horse placed seventh. See, snakes.
Sneaky.
Sneaky. Exactly. After a while, the goat, monkey, and rooster came to the heavenly gate. With combined efforts, they managed to arrive at the other side. So the story is that they all came across on a raft. The rooster found a raft, and the monkey and the goat tugged and pulled, trying to get all the weeds out of the way. The Jade Emperor was pleased with their teamwork and decided to name the goat as the eighth animal, followed by the monkey and then the rooster, because the rooster just sat there while the other two did all the work.
Yep.
The 11th animal placed in the zodiac cycle was the dog. Although it should have been the best swimmer and runner, it spent its time to play in the water.
Yeah, see, I get distracted by shiny things.
Though his explanation for being late was because it needed a good bath after a long spell.
Oh, see, I love a good bath.
For that, it almost didn't make it across the finish line.
Oh, no.
And right when the emperor was going to end the race, an oink sound was heard. It was the pig. The pig felt hungry in the middle of the race, so it stopped, ate something, and then fell asleep.
Oh, my God, I love this. I love it.
After it awoke, it finished the race in 12th place and came the last animal to arrive. The cat eventually drowned and failed to be in the zodiac.
Oh, no, the poor kitty.
It is said that this is the reason cats always hunt rats and also don't like water as well.
Oh, I love that.
I'm sorry, but that's just comical.
That's great.
Even if we just ended the episode there, I would be happy because I'm like,
love
that's
that.
just
That is
gold.
brilliant. Every part of that is gold. I love it.
Okay, so I'm sure that most people who are listening, all they're really going to want to hear is, tell me what I'm good at. Tell me what my strengths and weaknesses are. So,
yes.
To finish off, we're going to go through obviously the 12 signs.
Yeah.
We're just going to give you a very short tidbit into each of your main personality traits.
Yeah.
And then, so obviously remember, with all forms of astrology, it's a theory, right? So you might think that some things really resonate and some things don't, but in the end of the day...
And then there's also the layers of it as well. So
you've got Eastern, you've got Western, you've got everything that's all...
Yeah, and then even in the Chinese, you've got the different parts of it. So you've got like the year and the month and the day and the time and the hour. And when you kind of combine all of that, it might give you a bigger picture. So this is just a really general kind of overview.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, starting off with the best sign.
The sneakiest cheater sign.
Don't be hating because you're jealous that you were too busy having a bath
Yeah, that's
while
probably right.
I meticulously formulated my method across the river.
Okay.
Yep.
You're right. You're
So-
right. I get too distracted by shiny things.
So the rat, shu, that's the Chinese word for rat.
Oh, do I
Shu,
have to say them?
you don't have to. It's
You
okay.
already said them.
So where there are people, there are rats. The rats have strong adaptability and survival ability. For people born in the year of the rat, they are vigorous and able to adapt themselves to different circumstances. Being smart and hardworking, they set clear goals in career and life and have an indomitable will to realize them step by step. The cautious rat people pay attention to thrift and savings. They generally live a stable and well-off life, and even better after middle age. They are wonderful friends and partners, for the cheerful and easygoing personalities make them good at livening the vibe in parties or other social places. Aren't I so amazing?
You really are, aren't you?
Sometimes impulsive, but
Oh,
their
there we go.
good self-control ability always pulls them back in time. Your
Lucky.
self-control.
Yes.
I feel like that's my cap rising. Nah, impulsive.
Yes, like, no.
So strengths for rats. Anyone who's
Yeah.
a year of the rat is adaptable, quick-witted, optimistic, considerate, versatile, and outgoing.
Beautiful.
Weaknesses: timid, stubborn, picky, lack of persistence, and self-centered. So that's my rats. Shout
That's
out
the
to all my
rats.
fellow rats out there.
So the next in line, we've got the ox, which is what this year is. We've just
Which
moved
is
we've just moved into the year of the ox, haven't
And
we?
it's the new.
Well done. Thank you. So in agricultural society, which is a lot of when this was all created as well, so the agricultural side of it is a big thing. The mild and tough ox is humans' best assistant. So people born in the year of the ox are also diligent and persistent. They tend to be slow in action after a long, deliberate preparation, which is exactly what you were saying earlier, where you got to get them going. Got to get them going, but
Crack the whip.
once they go, you're done.
Dangle a carrot in front of their face. They'll start walking.
Yep, they'll start going. But once the plan is set, they will overcome all difficulties to finish the task. Their amazing endurance in work and strong sense of obligation compel them to break through and stick it out, making them highly praised by colleagues and the boss. Oh, so they're the brown noses. No, I'm only joking.
All shade here today.
I know, isn't it? This is the base of them being late bloomers with successful career and abundant wealth in older age. So the relationship with the ox people is generally pleasant, but may lack romance. For they are stubborn, some stubborn and not good at communication and expressing emotions. So their strengths are they're prudent, calm, strong-willed, persistent, industrious, and honest. Their weaknesses are stubborn, overcautious, insociable, clumsy of speech. I was about to say, I wonder if I've got some ox in there.
Oh, we should do after these
Yeah.
look at your
I'll look at all the
4 pillars, the 4 pillars of astrology. We'll
all
look
of
at that
them.
after we come off air. I reckon
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
That'll be good.
So next up we have the tiger, which is the hu. The tiger, being wild, bold, and powerful, is the king of the forest. People born in the year of the tiger are also endowed with natural leadership and dominant temperament. High self-esteem makes them independent and asocial. They like high positions with authority and the right of control. They are rule makers and would like to be the patron saint for common people. Being active and ambitious, tiger people are tenacious in achieving their career goals. Sometimes they fail due to rash decisions, but facing difficulties, they will never give up. They are faithful to friends and have a strong sense of justice, but sometimes impatient and like to straightforwardly argue with others. So their strengths are being confident, courageous, steadfast, loyal, upright, and trustworthy. And their weaknesses are arrogant,
Ooh.
bossy, short-tempered, and imprudent. Soz tigers.
Sorry. I was just saying, sorry, they're tigers. So next off is the rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Two.
I love
Two.
it. No, I'm not going to do it again.
You said it. Two.
I did the right way.
Yeah.
So docile, tender, and quiet, the rabbit is no doubt a lovely animal. So people born in the year of the rabbit have favorable personalities. They are smart moderators in a family to drive up the happy atmosphere. Wow. They are also model parents, strict but gentle and patient, which is nice.
I want to know if I know any rabbits because
I know, that's what I was thinking too.
you sound like really nice people.
I do. I'm like, I like them. Giving proper education for their children. I love that.
So in other words, not sticking them in front of an iPad.
No, that's it. They're going to do the whole thing. I love it. Rabbit people are loyal and dedicated to their lovers, while for friends, they are kind-hearted, polite, and honest. They have a strong sense of responsibility and professionalism in work. There won't be big ups and downs in the whole life of the rabbit people. They progress in a steady pace and can reach the career peak during their middle age. Well done.
These just sound like goody
Like awesome.
They're so fluffy bunny. Fluffy bunny.
But see, isn't that fascinating? Wonder if that's kind of where
we get that thing of being a fluffy bunny from.
Yeah, that whole thing where there's some of this sort of stuff is. So their strengths. Yeah. So their strengths are gentle, considerate, cautious, friendly, virtuous, and compassionate. Their weaknesses are they're irresolute, stubborn, timid, conservative, and escapists.
I need to find some rabbits. If anyone out there is a year of the rabbit, I want to know, does that describe you?
Yeah.
Because you sound too good to be true.
I know, right? Like, do these people exist?
Maybe there's no one born every 12 years.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's one of the ones that have just left. Wow. I like the rabbits.
So next one we have the dragon, which is obviously all through Chinese mythology.
Yes, it's a very big player, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's in Chinese, it's Long. So Long is the dragon. A mythical creature in Chinese culture is considered imperial, lucky, and almighty. People born in the year of the dragon are ambitious dreamers, seeking for adventure and romances all their life. They are super energetic and have strong fortune, especially before middle age. They have childish enthusiasm for their dreams and aims, brave enough, but when coming up with a setback, they are easy to turn to the opposite extreme, discouraged and never rise again. Strong, aggressive, and with fatal charm, they like to be the focus in social occasions. However, dragon people are a bit unapproachable, for they are short-tempered and always strict and even picky to others.
Ooh.
So their strengths are that they're energetic, confident, ambitious, frank, romantic, intelligent, and generous. Weaknesses are that they're unstable, unrealistic, self-conceited, intolerant, and lack of persistence.
Oh dear.
I don't know if that... See, my dad and my brother are both dragons. I'm trying to think if that's really them. But see, my brother's also an Aquarius, so he's very mellow.
Okay.
I wonder whether his Western must just mellow him out from being fiery dragon.
Yeah. Might just bring it down a few notches. All right. Interesting. So then after the dragon, we have the snake.
Which is that shit.
I'm like, is that the one that goes up?
Yeah, shit.
So as we were saying before, in most people's impression, the snake is often sly and dreadful. That's usually that, I guess, that persona that it's out. However, in Chinese culture, the snake is also known as a little dragon. So it contains a warm heart despite of its cold appearance. So that's we're looking up now for the snake people. I love it. People born in the year of the snake are calm and indifferent to strangers, but passionate and lively when with long-time friends. So snake people are idealists. They have strong will, clear plans to reach their goals, but laziness is their only opponent. With good luck in wealth all their lifetime, they like to buy luxuries and spend much time on dressing. Decent appearance makes them attractive. They even have it.
Spend much on dressing. Oh, I thought you said undressing. I'm like,
undressing, no.
Undressing, like what, they're strippers? Like,
say, what is this? We just gone to a whole new level there. No, they like their clothes. Decent appearance makes them attractive too. Oh, see, look at you, snake people. You're going well. But they tend to be reluctant to start a relationship due to their suspicious mind. So their strengths are they're sociable, graceful, eloquent, humorous, wise, perceptive, and determined. Their weaknesses are unapproachable, jealous, suspicious, sly, and inconstant.
Scaring the bloody horse to beat them to the finish line. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Just got to leave that out there.
I mean, see, when I did it, I was smart about it.
With the poor, what
I
happened
just
to the
pushed
poor
the cat off.
Yeah, but what happened to the
Hey,
cat?
at least I didn't scare it. I just drowned it.
Know which one I'd prefer.
Anyway, next we have the horse, which is ma. Now, quick tip. Anyone that wants to learn Mandarin, you need to know the difference between ma and ma. Because ma, flat tone, is mother. Ma is horse. I made the mistake of introducing my mother to everyone in China as my horse.
I love it.
Because you know how in English when we go,
Mom.
mom,
Yeah, that's it. I was going to say you've got
do
that kind
that.
of whiny tone.
When we're like,
to it.
mom, like, so
Yeah.
I went, ma, and then they're like, and then they started
No.
laughing at me, and I had no idea. This went on for 3 weeks. For
For
3 weeks, I was introducing my mum as my horse.
As a
Because, like,
horse.
all the Chinese people thought it was hilarious that I
I was
kept
going
saying,
to
this
say
is
they
my
would have
horse.
loved it.
And I didn't know why they would laugh every time I'd introduce. I thought maybe I was saying something wrong. Turns out I was.
You were. You really were.
And then when my
Poor
mum
mum.
found out, oh my God, whoosh, like,
yeah, I was going to say you would have been in so much trouble.
yeah, just a little. So the horse is represented by the fire in Chinese culture, while in ancient Greek mythology, it is related to the sun god, all bright and fervent. People born in the year of the horse, zealous and easygoing, love social activities and have natural popularity among people. Active, cheerful, and talkative, horse people make a lot of friends. They have strong desire for self-expression and sometimes hard to take in others' ideas. They are good at sport and have deft hands to learn various techniques. Their talents and indomitable, is that the word? Indomitable, yes,
Yeah, I think
spirit enable them to make a figure and get a little accomplishment in a very young age. The wealth fortune of the horse people is pretty good, but they tend to enjoy luxury life without savings. So their strengths are that they're warm-hearted, upright, easygoing, positive, patient, steady, and independent. Their weaknesses are that they're extravagant, too outspoken, opinionated, and inflexible.
Oh.
I actually know a few horses in my life.
Oh, do you?
And I tend to get under their feet. And if you think about it, like if a mouse was to go around a horse, it would make the horse skittish.
Yep. That's what happens.
There's a reason we use these archetypes.
Yeah, I was going to say it's so fascinating with the archetypes, of how they interact with each other and therefore what their qualities and things come out to.
Yeah, how they interact with each other in real world denotes how they interact with each other in the astrological world.
Yeah, I was going to say in the cosmos.
In the cosmos. So next one.
So next up we have, this is one of those ones that can be kind of a little interchangeable. So sometimes it's a sheep, sometimes it might be a goat.
Yeah, because it's the same character.
Yeah.
Is used for both. But this character is young. Goes up. Young.
Goes up.
Yep.
So like the mild and unaggressive sheep, people born in the year of the sheep are gentle and submissive. They are well-dressed and gracefully behaved in public. Being soft-hearted and sympathetic, they are always glad to give to charities. With upright and warm characters, they are generous to help friends, giving both time and money, and in reward, there are always someone helping and protecting sheep, which is true. Like you have the shepherd and you have all the stuff, like if you think about it again in the outside world. So shy and indecisive, they need strong-willed partners in their work and life. Interesting.
So they need a shepherd in their life.
Yeah, so they basically do.
They
need that shepherd to help guide them around. When in favorable circumstances, they could become brilliant artists or creative pioneers, while in adversity, they tend to be sensitive and pessimistic. They attach importance to family and the celebration of festivals and anniversaries. So their strengths are gentle, soft-hearted, considerate, reliable, hardworking, and thrift. Whereas their weaknesses are that they're indecisive, timid, pessimistic, moody, and weak-willed.
I feel like this now it makes more sense as to why rats don't get along with goats.
Yeah.
Or sheep, goat, sheep.
Yeah.
Like, because now reading that, I'm like, oh yeah, this person is just like.
I would say that would annoy you.
That would annoy me.
That would annoy you because it's the complete kind of.
It's the opposite of my energy.
Yeah.
Or like the way that you described it. Not to say that they're a bad person. They're
They're
really good people. But like my energy and their energy, I can see how they clash.
How it can clash. And that's it. How different signs and things like that can all clash.
Even when you said about them being shy and indecisive, I'm like, decision.
Yeah, you're like, let's go.
Far from shy. Like, anyway, so I can see that now, how that would happen. Okay. Year of the monkey, which is the hole. Not a hoe. Hole. Monkeys are close relatives to human beings. People born in the year of the monkey are smart, showing exceptional intelligence in school, and later strong ability and enterprising career. They will devote themselves wholeheartedly to the work they're interested in, while indifferent to things they don't like. Monkey men could make a success in career, while monkey women are impressive for their elegant and stylish looking.
Ooh.
For the elegant and stylish looking. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's fine. They would have a happy marriage and pay great attention to family, being filial. Is that how you say it? Filial to their
I think
parents
so, yes.
and caring but a little doting for kids. For friends, they are sincere, frank, and always ready to help. With curiosity and love for adventure, they seek a free and easy life with continuous new discoveries. So their strengths are that they're intelligent, enthusiastic, self-assured, sociable, innovative, eloquent, and adaptable. And weaknesses, they're jealous, arrogant, lack patience and perseverance, and opportunistic. So even if you think of monkeys
Oh.
in the real world,
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
it's talking about they're all about family. And if you think of a group of monkeys and how they're like grooming each other
I was about to say you always see them sitting there grooming each other in a
and
little
like and it
thing,
says
and
that they're
they
doting on their kids. Like think of real
yeah.
monkeys, how they always like they have to like grab the kid.
I was gonna say I've watched those poor little monkey mums and dads there, and that kids like just going all over them, and they're just laying there letting them do
Yeah.
their little thing. I'm like, oh, you're a good mama or daddy.
Yeah. But then when it talks about, so I don't know what filial means. I now
No,
have
I'm not
learned a
sure
new
about
word.
that. Yeah, I'm the same.
I'm gonna have to look it up. But anyway,
Yeah,
so like when it talks about with their parents, so monkeys with that whole the way that they live in that
yeah, they live in a
society
community, like a little community.
where they always keep like all generations together. So it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting that you can see that overlay. Okay.
So the next one we have is another one is the rooster, which sometimes can be a chicken or a
Or
hen, I
hen, yep.
think. Yeah.
Yep.
They're often kind of a little bit interchangeable. So the rooster crows before sunrise. So ancient Chinese people thought that it had prediction ability. And in Greek mythology as well, the rooster was considered a creature that was the messenger of the gods, knowing the future, which is very interesting. I quite like that. So people born in the year of the rooster are said to be endowed with such prediction ability. They are farsighted, having clear plans. They have promising future, but sometimes quick-tempered and set improbable goals. Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
guess.
about my mum and my sister. Yeah.
With excellent social skills, they have sharp perspective into others' minds. Their warmness and kindness make them popular. The rooster people are keen on beautifying their appearance
Mm-hmm.
and delicately dressed up in colors all the time. With great interest in travel and adventure, they are active and energetic in life and like to make jokes. So their strengths are that they're foresighted, ambitious, capable, quick-minded, confident, outgoing, and independent, whereas their weaknesses are that they're selfish, narrow-minded, impatient, critical, and overconfident.
Soz mum, soz Kylie. Oh, and I forgot to say that that's G for the rooster.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
G. Yes, no, I can relate that to them in so many ways.
But even like in like when you see a rooster, because we had one where we actually had
Or
to
you have a
one
chicken
day.
that thinks it's a rooster.
Well, we do, yeah. She thinks she's a rooster. She sounds like a rooster, but they're really pretty. Like they have the most beautiful colors, and they always have like the iridescence to their feathers and
Yeah,
things like
boys
that.
are always
The
pretty.
roosters.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
the boys are always pretty.
Think of peacocks and peahens.
Yeah, that's right. They're the ones that are the colorful
We have
and
the
beautiful.
plumage.
Yes. Have a look at my plumage.
It's so funny the animal kingdom how that happens.
It is, isn't
The
it?
men are the pretty ones because they're trying to impress the females. Like that's why
Yeah.
deer have antlers.
Yes, it's all
They
about
show off.
like
It's that
impressing
bravado
them
and
to
whatever.
show
Yeah.
show themselves off. Whereas I guess in like society, it's
And
always
lions have a mane.
yep, they all have all their things. Whereas it's kind of almost
Human
opposite.
society, it's opposite. It's that
Yeah,
women
like women are
are
always trying to
dressing
do
up to
the
impress men.
beautifying makeup, all the stuff.
So this is a PSA to all women. Stop
Mm.
trying.
Yeah,
Animal World.
Animal World's like,
says
no.
they need to impress you. You don't need to impress them.
Yeah, that's right. I think we need to be learning something from this animal world here.
Next, we have Vicky, which is the goat,
Oh,
which is the dog. So the dogs are faithful friends of humans. People born in the year of the dog are also loyal and have a strong sense of justice. They like to help and serve for others and care less about their own interests. They have clear minds but lack of expression ability. So sometimes they are thought to be conservative and even stubborn.
yes.
Being pure and virtuous, They are wonderful friends, but it might need a long time to become good friends of dog people, for they are cautious and introverted.
Yeah, that's true.
However, once the relationship is set, they are sincere and reliable. What they need are a peaceful life and a harmonious family.
That is correct. I do need a peaceful life.
So their strengths are that they're righteous, brave, loyal, responsible, reliable, clever, and quick-witted. And their weaknesses are that they're impatient,
Yes, I am.
conservative, stubborn,
Yes, I am.
and emotional. I
Oh,
don't know about
that
emotional.
one. Don't know about emotional. Oh, I guess. Well, in movies,
Your
and stuff, I
Gemini-ness
am.
kind of trumps that, though.
In movies and stuff, I am. I cry whenever, and especially if it's animals. That's cry straight away. But not in real life. Yeah, that's probably pretty much me to a T there, I guess.
And what about the final animal, which is the
We've got
the one who ate and fell asleep?
just decided to have an afternoon nap.
So the pig, which is the jewel.
I love it. Oh, Chinese people eat pork but consider pigs to be stupid. I'm sorry, pig people. I didn't write this. This is stuff that I've researched. Actually, the pigs are clever. So are the people born in the year of the pig. In work, they're active, careful, cool-headed, always concentrating their attention to fulfill the tasks. They have good luck in wealth, enjoy luxury, and like to indulge in rich life with great taste. Pig people are outgoing and warm-hearted, having a lot of friends. Facing difficulties, there would be many friends helping them out. Oh, that's nice. I like this. Born innocent and romantic, they are easy to trust others, which makes them tend to fall into traps. When pig people lose their temper sometimes, delicious food is the only cure.
It's true. It's so true. When Chris has a temper tantrum, it's emotional eating. I'm talking when we first started dating, if he had a bad day, and I knew because I spoke to him on the phone, I would stop at like the supermarket and buy one of those mud cakes. And when I'd walk through the door, I just hand over the mud cake and I'd just give him a fork. I wouldn't even cut a slice. And he just like,
here you go, babe.
Because if he had a slice, then he'd want to go back for another slice and then another slice. And then
it's
if he
just
just eats the one cake, it's just one slice.
It's done. It's just done. Then there's no judgment. There's nothing. I just had one.
And even now, if he has a bad day, like, because obviously we cook all the time, but like sometimes I said, what do you want for dinner? I said, I'm going to cook that today. He's like,
no.
I just want a burger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. I love it. So their strengths are that they're warm-hearted, sincere, honest, optimistic, and generous.
Yes, 100%.
Yep. I love that.
Anyone that knows him will know all of those things.
All of those things. But the weaknesses are they're sleepy, gullible,
yes,
short-tempered, and jealous. He doesn't strike me too much as that.
Depending on the circumstance.
Yeah.
On what you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the circumstance. Generally, no, not a jealous type. But depending on what you're talking about.
There'll be some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it starts to come out.
Yeah. So
I love it.
Lastly, in finishing off, I wanted to talk about the earthly branches. Because now that you've all heard about your positives and negatives and your traits, there are certain times of the day when you're supposed to be at your peak. So it's broken up in that because there's 24 hours in a day, there's 12 signs, so it's 2 hours per sign.
You only get 2 hours, that's it.
That's when you're at your peak. So I'm going to read this out and see if this relates to you, listeners and viewers.
It'd be interesting.
So for the rats, it's between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. So this is the time when rats are most active in seeking food. Yeah. Anyone heard of midnight munchies?
Yes.
I have. Rats also have a different number of digits on front and hind legs, thus earning rat the symbol of the turnover or new start. So where the new start of the day. Yeah, because they've got different things on their front and back legs.
I didn't know that. I thought it was all the same.
Nope. So then you have the ox, which is from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. This is the time when oxen begin to chew and cud slowly and comfortably.
Yeah.
Then you have tiger is from 3 a.m. till 5 a.m. This is the time when tigers hunt their prey more and show their ferocity.
Yep.
I actually know someone who's a year of the tiger and they're always up super early. They're like just hungry to start their day really early.
To get going.
They do that, like, what do they call it? The 5 a.m. club, where they get up
Yeah.
at 5 a.m.
Yep.
to start your
Up they
day. And
going.
I'm like,
I
why?
don't know that.
They don't start work till like 10.
No.
What do you do for 5 hours? Like everything that you do in the evening, I do in the morning. No thanks.
Just no. I'm sorry.
Because I'm eating at midnight, so
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
sleeping in.
You're still sleeping there, so it's fine. I don't do it in the mornings.
Then the rabbit is from 5 a.m. till 7 a.m. This is the time when the jade rabbit is busy pounding herbal medicine on the moon, according to the tale.
Oh, I love that.
The dragon is from 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. This is the time when the dragons are hovering in the sky to give rain. The snake is from 9 till 11 in the morning. This is the time when snakes are leaving their caves. Horse is from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. This is the time when the sun is high overhead, and while other animals are lying down for a rest, horses are still standing. The goat is from 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. This is the time when goats eat grass and urinate frequently. So they're prone to the after lunch snack.
Yep.
And the toilet run.
Yep. I was going to say the afternoon toilet run.
Monkeys from 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. This is the time when monkeys are lively. Oh, so if you've got any children the year of the monkey, they come home from school and just terrorize the place.
Yep. That's the crazy hour.
Yeah. Dogs from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. This is the time when dogs carry out their duty of guarding the horses. Oh, so the houses, guarding the houses.
I didn't know I liked horses.
But I do you guard the houses at that time?
Well, I don't. I guess I do actually. I do. I go around and make sure everybody's got everything, and that's usually when we're
interesting.
Eating, making sure everybody's there, and bedtime.
And then 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. This is the time when pigs are sleeping sweetly.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Chris falls asleep between those hours.
Isn't that funny?
Between 9 and 11, he's dead to the world.
Always asleep.
And I'm still up and eating things.
You're still doing your stuff. I love it.
Admittedly, I get home from the gym at 10 p.m. So of course I'm going to eat at midnight.
There's a reason for it as well.
But it's just, I find all
that
stuff
But in general,
so
though, you're also like I always say like a night owl. Like you prefer to stay up.
I'm more productive. My brain is in hyperdrive at nighttime. Yeah. So it's perfect being a witch because you can always do things at night.
The midnight. Yeah, I was going to say you got all your nighttime stuff.
The only annoying thing is I can't say anything out loud.
No.
Wake up the household. So everything has to be up here.
Quiet stuff. Yeah.
I can't be donging no singing bowls at like midnight.
No. No, I don't.
So that's I guess a little tidbit.
Just a bit of a taste.
A little taste.
Just a little taste. Because I find it fascinating to learn about different cultures, different ways of thinking about things, and then how they all kind of overlay and everything as well. And you can see the similarities between them. So
yeah. So even though it's like we're witching and bitching, and some people are like, but why are we talking about Chinese astrology? It has nothing to do with witchcraft. We talk about a normal astrology, like Western astrology.
Yeah, that's right. It still has all the different areas in there. Still has, because I mean, also some people might look to like the animals and the animal spirits, or there might be deities and things like that from the Asian culture that people look to as well. So then there's also a little bit of context then to where things are coming from and those elements.
Well, that's like, this is why my my Chinese friends jokingly call me an egg. Because I'm white on the outside, but they say I'm yellow on the inside. This is their word, it's not mine. It's a thing. And their mum called them a banana because they said you're yellow on the outside, white on the inside. Because my friends are so Australianized, it's not funny. Yeah. Like in all this stereotypical things, whereas I love Asian culture. Yeah. I'm like, I literally have so much Chinese tea in my house. Have been to China. Have like terracotta warriors that just live in my house.
I love it.
Like having Asian tattoos. Like I practice Feng Shui. I know about all the different directions in the celestial gods. I have a shrine to Kuan Yin when you walk into my house. And I have a little mini shrine on my study area to Quan Kong, because Quan Kong is the he's the god of like war, but he's also of like study and education and stuff
like
that.
The scholarly kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So he's the keeper of all knowledge and all that stuff is strategy. So like I have a little shrine to Quan Kong, and so my Asian friends are like,
huh?
Dude, your house is more Chinese than me. And Ronald, shout out to him if he's listening. He's probably not, but just in case he is.
Just in case.
So Ronald's like, dude, every day I used to come to my house after school and my mum would cook you food. She would always, after you'd leave, she'd like, this is the son I should have had.
I love it.
Anyways, so that's
Yes.
all from us for Chinese astrology. I hope you all
Okay.
enjoyed today's episode. For something just a
Yeah.
little different.
Really different. Learn something new. if
So let
it's
us know
possible.
what is your astrological zodiac
Yes.
sign. Let us know in the comments,
Yep.
whether it's
Which
on
one are
YouTube
you?
or on Instagram or on Facebook. Let us know which one you are and whether you found that
Yeah.
relatable.
Did it relate a little bit? Because I did. I found that it did.
My mum did, my brother,
Yeah.
my dad did, I did, Chris
Yep.
did. Like all the people I
There's
know that are the
definitely
signs.
those
There's so
relatable
much.
qualities. Yeah, there's so much in those relatable qualities. So
But so
yeah,
in
let us
closing
know.
off, I would like to say 非常谢谢你,
Oh my god,
which
you're so
means
cool. I love
thank
it.
you very much for listening.
I love it. Bye. Thank you.
再见，再见。
Yeah.